How do you unify a living room, dining room, and entry and still give each area its own look?
As far as we're concerned, absolutely everything in the room can go.
Our experts have $65,000 to make it happen. Stay tuned. Welcome to Designer's Challenge. I'm Chris Harrison. Barry and Kathy Perlman love their 4-bedroom, 3-bath home in Porter Ranch, California. But after a decade of living here, they think the interior is ready for a jump start.
This is our second home together, and we've lived here about 10 years. What I really liked and what drew me to the house was the layout.
It gave us a lot of opportunity to do different things inside the house. It's a wide open floor plan, had enough bedrooms, it had
lots of light.
Lots of light. My favorite room to be in the house is the room that we're sitting in now. This is our family room, where I spend most of my time relaxing and reading.
And I love how our kitchen is right off our family room, so it's very easy to communicate. I can be in the kitchen but still feel that I'm part of whatever's going on in the family room, or vice versa. When we were first married, our tastes were very different. Over time of marriage, our tastes have kind of gelled together. This is our living room and our dining room in the foyer. With the different dimensions of the ceiling, it'd be great to get some fun color in here.
Right now we have white carpet in, so we're confident we want to change this carpet out. The fireplace and the mantle are the original fireplace and mantle. We want that to be the focal point for us to do our entertaining in this particular room. We have a big, wide open window that's got panes on it. We have talked about the possibility of taking out the window and making it just an open piece of glass to allow more light in. One of the things that we would like to change is the banisters. Whatever we do with this banister and that banister, we would probably have to carry up into the staircase.
We're including the dining room, which is right over here off of the living room.
Obviously, the first thing we have to look at is the windows, since the windows in this room can be seen with the windows in the living room. So if we change one out, we're more likely going to have to change them all out.
And in my dining room, I have a huge mural, and I've always loved it. So I hope the designers can incorporate it.
Because the wood floor matches those in the rest of the house, Barry and Kathy think it might have to stay, but they definitely want the furniture to go.
It's about 25 years old. It's served its purpose, but I'm looking forward to getting something new and calling my own.
Barry and Kathy have allocated a budget of $65,000 for labor and materials to revamp their living room, dining room, and foyer. Now let's meet the designers who are working hard to create an ideal space for them. First up is Robin Aiello of Garrett Interiors. Robin knew early she wanted to be a designer and began taking classes at the Rhode Island School of Design while still in grade school.
I was exposed at a really early age to design, so it was a natural thing for me. You know, it's kind of great to get paid for something that you love to do and you're interested in doing. I'm really looking forward to this project because they'll really appreciate all the changes. It's going to be alive with color and design and architectural elements that'll really make the house look great.
Next is designer Troy Zimmerman of Jeffrey Jones Troy Zimmerman Interior Design. Troy creates custom furniture for most of his remodel projects.
I love when clients come to us with a lot of give-ins, a lot of their own accessories and artwork, and a lot of their own pieces of furniture. I find that usually ends up making a better project. The challenge to this project is to make you feel like you are entering one cohesive, well-thought-out space.
Our final designer is Fernando Diaz of Fernando Diaz & Associates. Fernando served as a past president of his local chapter of the ASID.
I think I'm one of the few designers that really doesn't have a specialty. I like to do just about everything. What I enjoy mostly about being an interior designer is being able to create individual interiors for each client rather than being a cookie-cutter designer. I like to push the envelope once in a while.
Which designer will tie the rooms together most effectively?
An oval table opens up to seat 8.
It could sit 10 people.
And in an instant, this table can seat 12 people.
But are the Perlmans ready for the rocky road ahead?
We were like a fishbowl with no window treatments.
Barry Barry and Kathy decided to get expert advice about how to bring together their adjoining living room, dining room, and foyer. Each of our 3 designers met with the couple and then got busy. Now they're ready to reveal their plans to Barry and Kathy. Up first is Robin Aiello, who uses Kathy's favorite mural as the keystone of her design.
So here's my take on the living room. I decided that we needed a little open feeling, so I really elaborated and took advantage of all the architectural elements of your existing ceiling and kind of added to them by using this arch on your new fireplace front with 2 Corinthian columns on either side of your windows. Because there's not a TV in this room, the focus would be the fireplace, so everything kind of orientates to the fireplace area. I have a very elaborate fireplace front, and this is the stone sample.
The new facade will include a herringbone patterned stone mantel and a mirror above to help open up the room.
We'll start with the game table. This is the fabric I chose for the game table. There's some side tables, an ottoman, and 2 bergère chairs that would be on either side of the fireplace. The sofa fabric, and a leather kind of catch-all box. We also have a beautiful iron coffee table and sofa table that a craftsman would design, and they also go with the chandeliers, and it's the same craftsman that would be hand tooling the wrought iron. This is actually the color of the walls, and you'll notice that the floor now seems open because I took away the gating that you had.
Robin would stain the floors and staircase to give them a richer tone.
The middle of the railing will also be the same iron color, which will add interest and kind of really give it a little more formal look.
In the dining room, Robin adds an ornate hutch and round table that can seat 12. To lighten the area, she paints out the oak molding in the ceiling.
And then there is your family heirloom, and we would mount that there, and it will really flow beautifully into the room.
Robin, I just have a question. The blue rug is for the dining room.
Yes.
And this one is for
For the living room.
Oh.
Kind of grounds all the colors together, and it gives you a great color element.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next is Troy Zimmerman, who emphasizes natural colors and materials in his design.
What I've come up with is a very textural, very traditionally influenced space. Starting with the entry, I basically left all of the railing details, but I am suggesting to replace all the pickets with hand-rolled and hand-hammered iron. There is a entry mirror. This is going to be the fixture that's going to drop into that space. Resembles kind of a lantern. The living room, I have started with a 4-seat type arrangement that unifies a bench seat, which is shown here.
For the window seat and chairs, Troy suggests a chenille fabric trimmed with nail heads. A durable pile carpet will cover the floor.
Moving over to the fireplace, I have built that all the way up, again emphasizing on the very vertical aspects of the room, which I have brought in this burgundy-colored slate here.
Copper would accent the fireplace facade, topped off with a traditional wood mantel.
The window treatments throughout are going to be this beautiful burgundy, and again, that is to bring the color all the way up, so when you come into the room, you're looking at both vertical areas, not just everything down low as you do now.
A single wall color for the living, dining, and entry areas would help unify the spaces. In the dining room, a copper and glass table would seat 8.
Does it open up?
It doesn't open up. What it does is it houses 8 seats with the option of putting 2 seats in the corner and actually pulling them up too to create 10.
Troy would remove the buffet to make room for an art wall. The opposite wall will hold a new built-in unit.
The dining room chair I'm proposing is this one here, which would be out of a dark, almost ebony finish. It's a very deep chocolate, and the seat in this fabric and the backs in this fabric. On the lid of the dining room, inside the raised area, I'm proposing this very high gloss Venetian plaster with this fixture dangling above it.
Beautiful.
I had some metalwork made, which is going to be the curtain rods in the dining room. They're going to tie in the pickets on the staircase. This raised pyramid detail is going to be not only on the top wood valance, it's also going to be on the dining room buffet and also on the living room coffee table, which is going to be a cast stone base with a aged wood top.
And would you be addressing the wood floors?
The palette that is created around them is actually going to help richen them up, and I don't think they need to be treated.
It's beautiful, very different. Very nice.
You did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Our final designer is Fernando Diaz, who arrives with a plan loaded with vibrant color and artistic detail.
I think what we need to do is give you something that's a little bit elegant, but at the same time comfortable and user-friendly. So as we walk in through the front door, on the left, I see like a shelf, a floating shelf with a mirror on top of that. And this is the fixture that I see in the entryway, something like a lantern.
Beautiful.
In the living room, I'm focusing the entire room towards the fireplace. Here's the mantle of the fireplace, as I see it. Really beefy, heavy kind of looking. Maybe not having the grout lines, more solid.
And using the stone.
And using that stone, yes. And we can get it oxidized so it looks old, or we can have it in different colors.
Fernando proposes replacing the center sections of the main window with a single pane of new glass.
I think the sofa I like to do in this reddish and golden greenish tone. The two chairs will be in this wonderful chenille here. The draperies will be done on this fabric. The two ottomans will be in this fabric, and then the bench will do in this fabric over here. The overall color of the room will be in this creamy yellow.
For the flooring in the living room, Fernando would add a richly detailed carpet in a warm neutral tone.
So we see here our sofa table, a couple of wonderful trees, two Asian chests with a couple of bamboo mirrors above that, and a wonderful painting over the fireplace. The reason I picked the Asian chest is because you guys have this wonderful Japanese screen, which I like to see hung on the high wall above the dining room.
Getting rid of the railing between the living and dining rooms would improve the flow.
In the dining room, I see an oval table with 6 chairs, opens up to seat 8. I like to see this fabric on the front and back of the chair, and then do a leather on the seat. This over here will be like a hutch, but all glass, so we can display your collectibles.
Fernando would darken the dining room floor and add a rug for warmth.
And here's our cornice boxes. We have those wonderful Roman shades and another painting over the buffet. As you can see, I left the crown molding.
Very good.
Very nice.
Your presentation's been amazing. I really thank you for all your work.
Lovely. Very lovely.
Now that Barry and Kathy have seen all 3 design plans, it's up to them to select a favorite. But they'll soon discover that choosing a designer is the easy part.
I think I have a new name for the show, that maybe it should be Homeowners Challenge.
Stick around. Seven days have passed since Barry and Kathy were presented with 3 different design plans for their adjoining living room, dining room, and foyer. Which of our experts gets the nod to unify this sprawling space? Let's find out.
It was very hard to choose, but we decided on Robin. I liked a lot of her choices.
We've never had a living room in this house, and we're really excited to get started.
The first item on Robin's to-do list is the staircase. The floor and steps need to be sanded before they can be restained. A large sander works in the open areas, but it takes a hand sander to reach in the corners and along the edges.